Hello guys, welcome to Dr. Devil. So if you are new to the channel, we post amazing revenge stories daily. If you don't want to miss such more stories, please subscribe us. Moving to our today's story posted by you/throwaway83705391. French students harass and bully me for asking them to speak English in an English taught class, so I get them expelled. Hi all. Throwaway for obvious reasons. This happened a few years back in China, at one of the universities there. Here, I was studying the Chinese language and I shared my language class with some people from France and Belgium, the French-speaking part. Our Chinese teacher was a really nice little lady that happened to also speak French. So often, whenever the French speakers had a question, they would ask it in French. Now, I didn't really mind it all that much, but at some point, it got to the point where about half of the questions in the class were asked in a language I did not understand. Obviously, that is detrimental to my own learning experience since understanding the questions is important for me to learn the language. So I politely asked them if we could just do the class in English because about half of us didn't understand what was being asked. She, the teacher, was very nice about it and afterward, asked the students if they could rephrase their question in English when they asked it in French. But apparently, the French and Belgian girls and guys didn't take it so well. They were constantly glaring at me and whispering among themselves in French. Well, I just shrugged and moved on. However, outside of class, they were always sticking together in their little group, doing things together. At first, they would just walk past me when I was sitting down having a beer with my friends, and they would simply glare. But at some point, it came down to them cursing, talking shit about me to other students, and spitting on my lap when I was sitting in the park. I was seething, so I might have called them a few words which were a bit too unsavory. Anyhow, they didn't take it well. So the next day, I found out that they scribbled all sorts of things in my dorm room. It said, basically, "Duck your mother," and "Nazi." I don't know why they put this one. I think they thought I was German, which I'm not. Obviously, I was pissed, but I didn't know what to do, so I reported it to the International Student Office. ISO was really nice and understanding but told me they can't do much unless I provide proof that something is happening. Thus, I went on Dobayo and bought a little recording camera, looked a bit like a dashcam, it had the time and date and everything. After the university had painted my room door over, they couldn't get the markers off apparently. I hung the camera up in a corner of our dorm corridor and pointed it at my door. Then I left and made sure to loop around a little bit to walk past the group of French and Belgians so that they knew I was leaving campus towards the metro station. I had some nice dumpling soup and a beer, and when I came back, look and behold. Once again they were hardly creative with their insults, just more of the same, but this time I had proof. I checked the video and I was very pleased. 5 out of 7 of the group were there, and all wrote down something on the door with a permanent marker. One of the guys even kicked the door, which caused a crack at the bottom. These doors were not very sturdy. They seemed to have a lot of fun doing it. Now, of course, the school was properly pissed when I showed them the video. Normally the students would just get a stern warning, but because ISO was aware that they were doing it before, and also about the fact that they were harassing me all the time, I reported everything to them when it happened. They were less than understanding this time and suggested the board that had to decide on this. No idea what their name was, I couldn't recognize their name in Hanzi, to expel the students. And so they were. All of this took place throughout a couple of months, so we were nearing the end of the semester. The 5 students who scribbled at my door got expelled just before their exams, which meant that all the time they spent at the university was effectively worthless since they did not receive any credits for it. But it gets even better. After this whole ordeal, I sent a neat, anonymous letter in Chinese. One of my Chinese friends helped me write it, to the Public Security Bureau that these students had engaged in vandalism at our university. A few weeks later, after I had already returned home, I was told by a friend of mine who was on good terms with their group that some of them had booked tickets and hostels to travel in China at the end of the semester. However, their visa extension was denied by the Public Security Bureau based on their misdemeanor at the university. I'm not sure if the second part was caused because of my letter, or simply because the university informed the police, but I like to pretend that it was the former. So I was just laughing my bum off as they slaved away half a year in courses for which they would receive no credit, and had to cancel thousands worth of travel plans. That truly was a sweet, sweet feeling. TLDR, French-speaking students get pissed when I politely request them to ask questions in English so that the rest of the class can follow it. They decide to harass me by talking shit about me, spitting on me, and vandalizing and defacing my dorm room. I tape the whole thing when they do and they get expelled and ruin their vacation because they are forced to leave the country. Edit. I see a lot of negativity here towards French speakers. I have to say that the other French and Belgians I met in China were very pleasant people. It was just this group that was awful. Here are some comments. First commenter, the Dartran 123. This brings a tear to my eye. Well done. Edit. Well, I guess this is my most upvoted comment. Second commenter, Chubum_Pupums. Wow, well done OP. They must have realized that it was you who reported them as well. That sweet moment of truth when it dawns on them that you got them expelled. Third commenter, Chinese Meat Cleaver. Back when I went to school in Germany, a lot of the Turkish kids would speak Turkish and they'd get all pissy when the teacher told them to speak German. Fourth commenter, Sasanzi. I'm French, and I'm sorry for these a-holes wrongly representing us. Nice revenge though. Fifth commenter, Nargles_ behind it. Good job. What a bunch of S-hats. I love learning about other cultures and languages, and it would have been such a cool environment had they been open-minded and not jerks. Hello viewers, if you loved the revenge, please give it a like. Also, if you have any suggestions, please comment below, and would be appreciated. Now moving ahead to our second story, posted you/TrueDeadGodWalking. You try and end my life? Let me make sure you wish yours was. I have wanted to post this here for a while, but I only just got the true best ending. I apologize if this is a bit long. Backstory: I am super allergic to aerosols and perfumes commonly used in spray cans of cologne. To the point I go into anaphylaxis if it touches me directly or breathe it indirectly, and I have had several close calls. I am also mildly autistic, and used to be rather nerdy and antisocial, making me the perfect target for all of the a-holes out there. Now for the story. I was in math class, right after I had learned I was allergic to cologne. This being junior high, this was actually a pretty major problem, as I couldn't even change in the locker rooms most days. Of course, I had several people in my class that were absolute jerks to me, and that particular day, the miscreants were messing around with a bottle of Axe body spray. One was running around, in the middle of class, no less, spraying people with it. I wasn't too bothered at first, I just put my jacket over my head, to keep out anything that got too close. Then, the guy, we'll call him Duck for comedic reasons, sprayed the girl right across from me. I had to quickly ask to leave the room, which my math teacher begrudgingly agreed to after my nose started to bleed and I was visibly getting hives on my face and arms. I quickly left, to jeers of, "What, the smell too manly for you, gay shit," and, "Go back to your anime, OP, no one wants to see your face explode," in front of the math teacher, mind you, and spent most of the rest of the hour puking out the lunch I had recently eaten. Seeing as it was the last hour of the day, I decided to wait until school was over before calling my mother to take me home, to save out on the paperwork. Soon enough, the bell rings, and I leave the bathroom to head to the front office to call my mother. As I was walking down the hall, however, I hear some conspicuous giggling behind me, which I recognized as Duck's. Then, I hear the worst sound. The hiss of a spray can, right in my face. I dropped instantly, my airways closing like an eyelid. Gasping for breath, I didn't even have enough time to call for help before I passed out on the floor, but not before hearing a soft, "Oh shit," from one of Duck's friends. I found out later that, of course, the cameras in the hall were down for maintenance, the same as always. Anyone with half a brain knew by that point that the cameras were just for show. They never caught Duck for doing that, despite my insisting it was him. I had almost died and was in the hospital for more than 2 weeks by the time I was good enough to go to school again. When I got back, Duck was still a duck, and I guess he thought I forgot, or maybe didn't know it was him. I didn't forget, and I knew who it was who did that. I just needed some way to get back at him. Fast forward 2 years, and I am 15 and in high school, and Duck has become a football player and track star. To everyone else, that event was lost to time, and I even forgot it sometimes. Until, one day at a Walmart, I saw Duck again, with a girl who was clearly not his girlfriend. The tongues were flailing in that poor dried foods section, and I was just going to leave. And then I remembered what he had done to me, and my master plan began. I quickly snapped a picture, and hurried on my way, an evil smile on my face and a more sinister plan forming in my head. I spent almost a year gathering every piece of juicy dirt I could on poor Duck, and, trust me, it was a lot. I'm not going to list everything here, but to put up a few things: illegal sexual content videos, drug use, underage drinking, poaching. Took some time to dig that one up, vandalism, etc. Then, I got the best one of all. An explicit image was taken by one of his friends at a house party that I had to borrow someone's iCloud account to get. This one was something that made me sick to even see. Duck, on a bed, doing something unsavory to his own sister. Once I had gathered over 300 images, recordings, and text messages, minus my grand finale, and anonymously put them into a police drop box in a big manila envelope. After only a day, I didn't see Duck at school. Then a week passed. Then a month. I didn't even hear a news report on it. This once enough for me, even though I knew from a friend he was already in jail. I decided it was time to make sure I ruined his life forever. So, what did I do, you may ask? Well, I took my trump card image and put it in the mailbox of Duck's poor family. I then waited. I didn't hear any more about this story until just a week ago. Duck was put on suicide watch after attempting to strangle himself with bed sheets. Maybe this might seem more like nuclear revenge, but I decided, after much thought, that it belonged here instead, as he did almost kill me, and I just went above and beyond, but if I get enough requests I might put it there. TLDR, kid almost kills me with cologne, and I make him wish he were dead with life in prison. Moving ahead to the comments. First commenter Catacombs 3. You might have wrecked his life. You probably saved his sisters. Second commenter deleted. The best part about it. Op took a clearly sociopathic swipe out of the general population. Good for you, Op. I hope that guy stays in prison forever. Third commenter objective_resolution. Shit, Duck deserves to be in jail. May have started out as revenge, but you made the world a better place by sending him to jail. Fourth commenter Ripson Honestly, this is the level of revenge most people could only dream of playing out on their enemies. Fifth commenter Zeppelin_Overlord_7. Good story, only wish that he was stopped sooner by somebody. Jesus, he was a monster. Here is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the revenge, smash the like button and destroy it as the OP destroyed his bully life. If you do have any suggestions, comment it below. If you don't want to miss such more videos, please don't forget to subscribe us.